Consistency. The trigger finger of doom. What's going on, guys? It's Zero bringing our Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. This time we're playing a Domination map on the map Studio. And Studio, I really loved it when it first came out, but the more I played it, the more I found so very many things that annoyed me about it. Probably the biggest thing would be the penetration, the cover penetration on this map. On firing range, you could shoot through nearly everything. It was very difficult to stay stationary on firing range and be safe, because you could just have somebody with hardened just destroy you through walls at any part of the map. On this one, it just seems like there's some really wonky penetration markers or penetration mechanics on it that I just can't quite figure out. That's probably my fault for not actually taking the time to go through and test out the different cover penetration with somebody. So, I dislike firing range, I dislike Studio now, but it's just pretty much my fault, I guess. What we're going to talk about today, it will help you both in Black Ops 2 and in real life, and that is personal responsibility and excuses. Now watch this. I got killed from up in the tower, and not too many people know about this spot. As you can see that guy's head up there, and even if they're clear in the back, as long as they're not clear up against that right wall, you'll be able to see them. So you can take people out from that tower pretty easily doing that. But back to personal responsibility and excuses. Now, what I'm going to tell you is probably going to cause my comment section to blow up with reasons why this can't be true. But it is true. In all aspects of life and all aspects of Call of Duty, the situation that you're in is a direct result of a decision that you've made. Now, I know some of you are like, oh, well, what about somebody who got hit by a drunk driver? Now granted, they couldn't control the fact that there was a drunk driver that hit them, but they made a decision to get in the car and drive. Now, I'm not saying that it's always going to be a bad decision that they made. Good things happen from good decisions generally, bad things happen from bad decisions, but there are certain things that you just can't control of, and what other people do is one of those things. You can't control in Call of Duty what your connection is to host. You can't control what weapons other people use or what tactics they use. The only thing you can control is how you adapt to those conditions. And the reason that it's really, really important, in my opinion, to adopt that mantra that everything is a result of a decision that you've made, is that it takes away your ability to make excuses. Now, once you get good at making excuses, you don't get good at anything else. That gunfight that you legitimately lost because of lag, that's going to happen to you at least a few times over the course of playing Black Ops 2. And if you get used to saying, oh, I lost that gunfight because of lag, then the gunfights that you didn't lose because of lag become so much easier to blame on lag, because you've already got that mindset that, well, this game is laggy, so if I don't kill this guy, then it had to have been because of lag. No, you're going to lose close gunfights. Even when you have a better connection, you will lose close gunfights. Nobody wins every gunfight. Thank you, Warthog. Oh my goodness, that saved me, and I don't know how that didn't blow me up. But yeah, you're not going to win, every gunfight. So getting used to making excuses about losing gunfights is just going to make it easier to keep making those excuses in the future. So you have to take responsibility for the things that happen to you. I'll tell you a little bit of a personal story here. I'm not going to mention any names or my relation to this person because it is kind of private. But I know somebody who has multiple felonies, on their criminal record, and they're having a very difficult time finding a job. Now, that's kind of understandable. Not many people want to hire felons. The thing that infuriates me about this person is that he takes absolutely zero responsibility for the situation he's in. It's not, oh, I committed multiple felonies, so I'm having problems finding a job. It's, well, nobody will hire me, man. The system's set up against you. The system is not set up against you. You chose to commit those felonies. Those were choices that you made that led to you having felonies on your record. You can't always blame somebody else trying to keep you down or factors out of your control for things that happen to you. Now, I'm not saying that, factors out of your control don't exist. I just want to make that clear. They obviously do exist. I'm just saying that if you get into the mindset of saying that those factors you can't control don't matter, and the only thing that matters are the decisions that you made, then that's when your life and your Call of Duty game will improve. You have to be able to look at yourself critically. You have to be able to look at the decisions you've made in order to be able to improve upon those decisions. And making good decisions is one of the major factors in whether or not somebody's a good Call of Duty player. Yeah, things like having a good connection and having good gun skill, those are important. But you can have the best gun skill in the world, but if you make all the wrong decisions, you're not going to be a good Call of Duty player. You have to have good decision making skills, and part of the way, one of the ways to get good decision making skills is to be able to look at the decisions that you've made critically. Okay, I got killed here. I ran into this building and there was somebody sitting in a corner just waiting for me to run by. Well, you could either blame that on the person just sitting in there camping, or you can think, oh man, I deserve that death. I didn't check that corner when I went in. People camp in this game. People camp in every video game that involves, every first person shooter, there are campers. This, so that you should watch out for those campers. And here's what I was talking about earlier, when I should have been able to at least hit this guy through the wall, and I just couldn't. I don't understand that. And close quarters hip fire spray from the FAL. Too strong. You have to be able to look at your decisions objectively, look at them rationally, and you have to be able to look at them critically and without bias. Bad decisions will become good decisions if you look at your decisions and think, okay, what did I do wrong here? What could I have done better? The next time you come across that decision, you'll remember the bad decision because you took the time to look at it, and you'll make a better decision out of it. Now, I did go ahead and cut all the lodestars out of this because, lodestars are just boring to watch. You've seen one lodestar and you've seen them all. There's really no reason to sit there and watch, 2 minutes of lodestars in a video. Okay, let me know in the comments if you understand what I'm talking about, or if you disagree with me, which I'm sure you do. Feel free to let me know as well. I can pretty much tell you that you're not going to change my mind on this. It's kind of a core philosophy that I live by. But, feel free to try. Everybody has an opinion. They have a right to that opinion. Another thing I want to talk about before this video ends is that if you are on the PS3, then I'm very, very sorry. I'm not going to be able to actually go into a lobby with you and review your gameplay and give you tips on it, because I unfortunately don't own a PS3. But if you are able to upload your video somewhere, then I would be more than happy to use that. I can still give you the review and the tips. I just won't be able to do it in a live setting. That's it for this video, guys. Until next time, this is Zero saying, I'll catch you on the flip side.